Dean Crispin, Chief of the San Francisco Fire Department. Welcome to Station 2. This station proudly serves Chinatown, North Beach, Fisherman's Wharf, the Financial District, Russian Hill, and beyond. We're incredibly proud of the rapid response and services performed from this very station. However, sadly, there's a history here of a high incidence of cancer. We call it one of our cluster stations. In the past year, we've had 2 funerals of members that work predominantly in this station who suffered from cancer, contracted it on the job, and died in the line of duty from cancer. Cancer knows no bounds. It affects us all in this department, young, old, active, retired, men, women. We're tired of going to funerals. We're tired of hugging it out. We're tired of finding things to say to family members who have lost loved ones. But today I'll tell you this, there is hope. There is hope. We have a mayor who not only is fully committed to public safety, he's fully committed to the health and safety of the members of the San Francisco Fire Department. He's included in this budget funding for cancer screening for members of the San Francisco Fire Department. A sincere debt of gratitude to Mayor Daniel Lurie. I'd also like to acknowledge 2 other attendees here. President of the Board of Supervisors, Raphael Mandelman. And Supervisor Danny Souter, District 3, this very district, who have both been incredible supporters of public safety and the health and safety of members of our department. Thank you. Thank you, President of the Fire Commission, Marcy Frazier, for your attendance. I'd like to give a special thank you to our San Francisco Firefighters Cancer Prevention Foundation, led by my captain, Tony Stefani, a legendary captain in this fire department. A cancer survivor himself. What they do for us is incredible. They provide screening and testing for us. They ensure we get the best treatment from the best doctors. They make sure that our families are taken care of should we contract cancer, and they just show us general love. Thank you, Cancer Prevention Foundation. Adam Wood as well. Thank you. And Commissioner Lowe, thank you for attending as well. And finally, I'd like to thank Local 798. They've been an incredible partner, specifically Vice President Sam Gibbler, who has been on a crusade to get this funding. He and I have had 20 to 30 conversations about this. We have finally done it, and thank you very much to Local 798 and Vice President Gibbler for your support. If I took a poll of these members behind me, I think the answer would be very similar if you asked them what they wanted. They really just want to help the public and do their jobs. This carve-out in this budget is going to help them live longer and do their jobs and serve the public and keep the citizens of this great city safe. Thank you very much. I now introduce the Honorable Mayor Daniel Lurie.
All right, so apologies in advance because this is really meant to speak to you, but the cameras are that way. Just know I'm talking to the people behind me. Sam, I haven't had 20 or 30 conversations with you. I think it's more like 40 or 50. So thank you for your advocacy, and to Local 798 and all the leadership here. I want to thank everybody for being here. Thank you to the men and women of Station 2 for welcoming us into your home. A recent fire in the Richmond district reminded all of us what you all do every single day. That was a 4-alarm fire, the second one this year. And because of your fast, professional response, no one was seriously hurt. And just last night, you responded to another fire on San Jose Avenue, working through the night to get the fire under control by 4 a.m. These moments are stark reminders. You don't just fight fires, you save lives, homes, and communities. That's who you are. You show up for this city no matter the risk, no matter the hour. When there is danger, you run towards it. You are the protectors of San Francisco. And today, we are here to protect you. While you're serving our city, your work exposes you to toxic smoke, hazardous materials, and dangerous environments. The reality is, cancer is now one of the leading causes of death for firefighters. And as Chief said, this station knows it all too well. That's why we are taking action. Today, I am proud to announce new funding for cancer screenings for firefighters across San Francisco. This new program will provide advanced imaging scans, typically not covered by insurance, for all active duty firefighters over 40 with at least 5 years of experience. We know screenings can save lives. We know when we catch cancer early, it drastically increases the survival rate of firefighters. These screenings have identified cancers that may have gone undiagnosed until advanced stages. We deserve to give every firefighter a fighting chance. And it's about honoring the people who dedicate their lives to protecting ours. You have our back, we should have yours. And to the families of our firefighters who have stood by loved ones through long shifts and worried about their health, this initiative is for you too. Chief, I'd like to thank you and the entire department for leading with urgency, compassion, and purpose. I want to thank Board President Raphael Mandelman, Supervisor Connie Chan, and Supervisor Danny Sauer for co-sponsoring this legislation. And to every firefighter in San Francisco, thank you. Thank you. Thank you for the big heroic moments, and thank you for the small ones. Those quiet acts of kindness you show, helping a neighbor, comforting a child, giving someone hope in their worst moment. Those moments shape how people see you, how they see this department, and how they see this city. When we are at our best, San Francisco is the greatest city in the world. And we will only get back there if people feel safe. And that's going to be because of all of you. And with this new investment in your health and safety, we're making sure San Francisco shows up for you, just like you all always show up for us. This is a new day in San Francisco, and I'm grateful you are a part of it. Thank you all so much. And with that, I would like to introduce Board President Raphael Mandelman.
Good morning, everybody, and thank you, Mr. Mayor. This year, our budget is a deeply unpleasant thing in lots and lots of ways, and I know that you and your team have struggled mightily with it, and now the Board of Supervisors is doing what we can do on the budget. But in what is a tough budgetary time, this is absolutely an investment worth making, and I am grateful to you, Mr. Mayor, for making that commitment, and I am confident the Board of Supervisors will preserve that funding. The Mayor said it, at our worst times as a city, whether it's the 1906 earthquake, 1989, or in our lives, it is often our firefighters who step forward and help us through and get us through those dark, difficult, terrible moments. And so it is only right that as a city, we be there for our firefighters. This investment will save, we hope, dozens, maybe hundreds of lives. I think it's 400 firefighters since 2006 have lost their lives to cancer. And we know that the work that keeps our homes from burning and keeps us alive is also work that is very dangerous and has long-term impacts. And if we can save the lives of our firefighters and meet that commitment to them, it's the right thing to do. This is a modest amount of money to achieve that goal. So again, thank you, Mr. Mayor. And with that, I will introduce the great District 3 Supervisor, Danny Sauter.
Thank you, President Mandelman. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to District 3. I want to first start by thanking the men and women of the San Francisco Fire Department who don this uniform and answer the call every day to run towards danger. I see your heroic work every day because this is my home station. I live just a few blocks away, so an extra thanks to taking care of my family and my neighbors. I also saw your work firsthand a few months ago when you answered the call for a 4-alarm fire in Nob Hill. And of course, you took care of the structure, you took care of the blaze, but I think more than anything, you took care of the people. I got a note the next day from a young couple who asked me to pass that thanks along, and they included a picture of their very, very cute dog, Honey. So that is the work that you do every single day, as the mayor said, in ways large and small. But for all the harm that you face as you run towards fire, we know that danger lurks in a less obvious place. You're exposed to chemicals and other matters that make you be at higher risk for cancer, so much so that cancer is actually the leading cause of death for firefighters in the line of duty. Today's announcement builds on the life-saving work that the San Francisco Firefighters Cancer Prevention Foundation has done for the past 2 decades. Today we are making a commitment to say that this heroic work that you do should not be done alone. It is indeed the moral responsibility of the city and county of San Francisco to do our part as well, and today is the beginning, the first step of just doing that. I want to thank everyone joining today, and I want to now introduce someone who's been doing this work and has been representing the men and women of this fire station and fire stations across our city, Vice President of Local 798, Sam Gibbler.
Good morning. My name is Sam Gibbler. I'm the Vice President of Local 798, and I'm an active duty firefighter at Station 14. I'm here today on behalf of the over 1,500 members of Local 798 to say thank you to Mayor Lurie for investing in the health and safety of our members. Occupational cancer kills over 72% of the active duty firefighter deaths in the entire International Association of Firefighters. In fact, the profession of firefighting has been classified as a Group 1 carcinogen known to cause cancer. We know that since 2006, over 400 San Francisco firefighters have lost their lives to cancer. In the last 12 months, as you heard the chief say, we mourned the loss of 2 of our own from this very fire station right here, Captain Giulio DeLucchi and Lieutenant Brian Chiono, who lost their battles against cancer in the line of duty. We are losing the battle against this disease. That's why this announcement today and this funding is so critically important. Our firefighters want and need to get tested for cancer so that we can catch these cancers early before they become life-threatening. So once again, I want to thank Mayor Lurie, President Mandelman, Supervisor Sauter, and especially Fire Chief Dean Crispin for all of their support and help in making this actually happen. A 30-year career in civil service should not be rewarded with an 18-month chemotherapy treatment and an early grave. This today will save firefighters' lives. Thank you. And with this, please introduce and welcome the president of the San Francisco Firefighters Cancer Prevention Foundation, Tony Stefani, who started this work 20 years ago and is now continuing. None of us would be here today without him. So please, warm welcome for Tony Stefani.
Thank you. Our foundation has been dedicated to the early detection and prevention of cancer in the men and women in the San Francisco Fire Department for close to 20 years now. We've been involved in multiple science-based, peer-reviewed studies at major medical institutions, not only here in San Francisco, but throughout the United States, all of them coming to the same conclusion that our men and women are contracting cancer because of toxic elevated exposures of these carcinogens on a daily basis on their job. 68% of the men and women currently on our job are expected to contract some form of cancer in their lifetime. That statistic is not sustainable. It has to be changed. With the line item in the budget now, early detection is extremely important, and this line item, this funding, will provide the early detection. And it will give the firefighters a fighting chance to beat this insidious disease. It's just, we're at a point right now where we are one of the few, if any, cities throughout the United States that has a line item like this in the budget. It is extremely important. I'd like to take this opportunity to also say San Francisco, as Mayor Lurie has said, is now going to be saving the lives of the men and women of this great city that put their lives on the line on a daily basis. And for that, we are forever thankful. I'd like to thank Mayor Lurie, Chief of Department, Dean Crispin, the Board of Supervisors, retired Deputy Chief Tom O'Connor for drafting this legislation, the great work that 798 has done, and our Vice President of our foundation, Adam Wood, for the continued support and that he gives the active men and women in our profession. This is an amazing day and one that is going to make a huge difference in the lives of our firefighters. Thank you.
If anybody has questions for the chief, or supervisors, myself, Sam, or Tony, now's your chance. Or not.
Yeah.
I have an unrelated question. Is that okay?
Sure, go ahead.
This is regarding the reports that Apple City North plans to open at 1000 Van Ness. I know this is positive news. I'd love to hear your thoughts on the impacts it'll have on the commercial corridor and just.
I mean, who doesn't like movies? I grew up going to that cinema, the great theaters, and just more entertainment options for San Franciscans. And this is going to be the summer of music in San Francisco. I hope you all get to go out and enjoy some of it. We got free concerts, new movie theaters. San Francisco, led by all the people behind me. This is a city on the rise, and it was an exciting announcement yesterday.
What other things are you doing for the firefighters? Obviously, the screening is one thing, but is there looks at the buildings that they're housed in, and what may this is a very old building. It may have So, what kind of other preventative measures?
I'm going to let the chief jump in on this. Obviously tough budget times, but I agree we need to do better on our stations, our houses. We also have to do better on the rigs. Along with the Board of Supervisors, now can go out and raise money from the private sector to buy new rigs, and so we're working closely with the chief on that front. Chief, you have anything you want to add?
Sure. I would just like to say that we're incredibly grateful to the mayor and the Board of Supervisors for passing the behested payment legislation, which, as the mayor said, allows us to engage with private companies for them to donate apparatus. We know we have an aging fleet. We want to be sure we can protect the citizens in any emergency, and specifically during a natural disaster. We also received legislation for sole sourcing, which allows us to forego some of the city purchasing process and engage with distributors and manufacturers of apparatus more quickly to ensure we receive these apparatus on a timely basis. Thank you.
Buildings, obviously the buildings that you all house in are of varying age and varying materials.
Yes, we have over 50 facilities. They are aging. We do have concerns with roof leaks and mold consecutive after that, and health and safety of our members. But that is being addressed, and it was actually addressed in the mayor's budget as well. So we're incredibly appreciative for that.
Good. Okay.
Thank you, everybody.